MC Infiniti.
Yeah.
Nomadic Storyteller.
That's me.
GHP, baby.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's a very defined line between the time you're trying to find, so you'll never resemble a member, you'll always be one of a kind. There's a very defined line between the time you're trying to find, so you'll never resemble a member, you'll always be one of a kind.
I jot, jabber, conceited I'm not, but I still swagger with pride. Drink lager, but don't drive. Smoke on a satchel and I'll buzz like a fly. I'll consume local fungus and right then fry. I don't want a piece, I want the whole pie. So if I said I wasn't trying, that'd be a lie. Meeting weed heads at the spot like John Knight. Smoking purple sticky when the streets are dry. I know the man likes to pry, so I attempt to tiptoe and stay sly with the work I do. It's obvious I got nuts like rye bread, constant weight on my shoulder, heavier than lead or boulders. With the team I've got, my scene wasn't scored with luck like four-leaf clovers. The bong is constantly roaring like lawnmowers in city suburbs in the summer. I'm connecting life's puzzles like pipes for plumbers. It's 419. Do you know the magic number?
There's a very defined line between the time you're trying to find, so you'll never resemble a member, you'll always be one of a kind. There's a very defined line between the time you're trying to find, so you'll never resemble a member, you'll always be one of a kind. We're living in life, and we love and we hate. Show true feelings to some, but to others it is fake. We should debate the time we put aside for what's inside. One man's pleasure can swallow another man's pride. I strive, flow like the tide, reside each side in a community that has proven not to provide. I tie the strings around my fingers to remember all this childhood living, but I am still a burning ember in this timber industry. I trust thee, the epitome of my proclamation it must be. Because if we trusted the government to have our back, we'd all end up laying on our faces flat jacked. For every last Jackson you ever stacked, son, my stats come on the back of $1,000 quarter sack. Snacking on weed stems and sipping on the cognac, the chronic nightcap before the much needed nap. And that was that, a day in the life of an artistic crowd, artistic and crafty when my orals attacked. You couldn't stop this rap like a rechargeable battery pack. Party I battled the out, left down babble and some whack. Ununderstandable mandible movement, proving that infinity is undisputed. I've uprooted some of the biggest trees with my verbal fluency. So now you see, there's a very defined line. There's a very defined line. There's a very defined line. Yeah, there's a very defined line between that time you're trying to find to make your mind, so you'll never resemble a member, you'll always be one of a kind. There's a very defined line between that time you're trying to find, so you'll never resemble a member, you'll always be one of a kind. Just remember, never resemble a member. You always gotta be one of a kind, man. Just remember, never resemble a member. You always gotta be one of a kind, man. G-A